This week, the power of 10. Keep watching. Yeah, it's got a ukulele review day. As ever, this is your summary video review. Linked below is the detailed review with the scores and the pictures and that kind of thing. As I say each week, you're seeing at the bottom of the screen there, thank yous to the people who donate to the site to help keep it going out of the goodness of their own hearts, because I don't get paid by the brands or the stores to do these reviews, because they could not be impartial if I did. And I also say every week, why not think about subscribing to the GotAUkulele channel? This graphic that I've put in here now will show you what I'm talking about, because they're the views over the last year, and you'll see that the vast majority of people who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So why not hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell symbol, you get notified about new stuff coming your way. That would help me out. Okay, this one. I've been really looking forward to doing this one. It's a special one. There's a brand out there called Flight Ukuleles from Slovenia in the EU who have been making ukuleles for quite some time now. I didn't realise quite how long. I've always liked reviewing them because with each iteration, with each new model that comes along, they improve, they get better, they listen to people basically. They're a nice brand and I've really liked looking at their instruments. What I didn't realise is that they were 10 years old last year, and in order to celebrate that anniversary of making ukuleles for 10 years, they've put out a series of very special instruments, 4 tenors, made in China by a master luthier, not in their normal factory production, made by hand. And it's called the Anniversary Series. And I've been sent a couple to have a look at, but I'm only reviewing one because I've only got time to review one. And the one I'm looking at today is this one, which is the A10 QM Quilted Maple Aqua Blue in the Anniversary Series. They also make one that's spruce topped with cocobolo back and sides, which is this one. They also make one in full mango, and they also make one out of what's the other one made of? Oh, it's another quilted maple one with a different faded blue pattern on it. They are, as I say, all handmade, all solid woods, and very high-end for Flight. The highest-end stuff I think they've ever done. Well, certainly, I don't just think they've ever done, the highest-end stuff they've ever done. All solid woods. This is the tenor. They're all tenors. Wonderful, swoopy, rounded body shape, but it is all about the wood here. I mean, this is just a stunning piece of wood on the top in particular, but also on the back. Quilted maple. It looks like ripples on the sea. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. As you can see, this top actually is kind of sunburst pattern, so it's darker on the edges, faded into the middle. 2 pieces on the top, very slightly arched back, narrower at the top than down at the bottom. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to tell you about it. Just look at it. It is absolutely stunning to look at. I love it. Absolutely love it. The bridge here is made of ebony, very much in the style of the bridge on the Fireball that they made with these red topped bridge pins. What I really like about this, though, to give it an extra air of classiness, is that edge purfling around the frame of the ebony plate. The bridge saddle there is made of bone and it's compensated on the top. Decoration, we've got edge binding in black to the top, and you probably hardly see it because it blends in really, really well. This abalone edge trim around the edge, I really like that because it doesn't jar. The abalone inlay around the sound hole is the same. That does not jar with the colours. It sort of blends and melds. And also not jarring is this black comfort edge armrest on the lower bout. This is just all really nice. It's then finished in a gloss, and it's a really thin gloss. I can tell it's a thin gloss because if you look at it this way, I can see the ripples on the top of the quilting of the wood. Now, makes me wonder whether this is a nitrocellulose gloss, because that kind of melds down into the wood. Either way, it's a really thin gloss. The neck is made of maple, and it's satin, so it's glassy smooth. I love maple necks. There's a joint in the heel, there's a joint in the headstock. The quilted maple and the flamed maple versions of these come with maple necks. The others come with, I think, mahogany necks or darker wood necks. I really like the maple on these. That tapers off down to a rounded profile, but not overly so, and a fairly comfortable, although I suppose average, width of 37mm at the nut, 30mm G2A on the string spacing at the nut. That is topped in more ebony, which tapers off down to the fingerboard. You'll notice in close-up that there are one or two, and this is perfectly natural for ebony, one or two little pale patches in it. Some people like those for the interest. Personally, I would prefer my maple to be completely jet black, so it's not really a criticism, it's a subjective thing. But I just like it all black myself. It comes with 19 frets, 14 to the body. The edge, it's not really edge bound as such, and I'll tell you why, because these are very, very high-end dress frets. I hope I can get this in focus for you. These are what are called semi-spherical fret ends, sometimes called ball ends, sometimes called hot dog frets, and basically the fret does not reach the end of the fingerboard, and it is rounded off perfectly and polished into a rounded end rather than tapered off with a fret file. Very, very high-end stuff that. Very, very expensive instruments have them. You don't see a lot of them on ukuleles. That is really nice to see. Position dots are offset and face out at 3, 5, 7, 10, 12 and 15, and you also get white dots on the side. Terrific. Talking of decoration, incidentally, just while I remember, the two maple models, I think they just leave the decoration for the wood to do the talking. On the other two models, you get this X for the 10 anniversary, and you also get a dragon inlay on this one. So the X comes on two of them. There is no X on this one, although it is part of the anniversary series. I find that a bit odd. I'd quite like the X on this in order to be able to say I've got one of the anniversary models, because there's only 4 and they're going to be in limited production run, but an X down there wouldn't have ruined the look of this instrument, I don't think. That is pretty much my only complaint. Beyond the bone nut, I love this asymmetrical headstock shape. Faced in more ebony, just really, really attractive shape with the pegs slightly out of order with each other. Really like that. That purfling strip around the top and within the slots is really classy and high-end too. These tuners, I don't know what the brand is, but they are clearly extremely good quality tuners. There are no tooling marks at all. They are extremely classy tuners and they work wonderfully. And they are little small white pearly buttons. I absolutely adore these tuners. Comes with fluorocarbon strings, which Flight tell me are made in Brazil. Okay, fine. Fishing line, I guess. And it comes with a really, really nice branded padded gig bag with a neck rest in there and all that kind of stuff. Really nice, very good handles and zips on those. The price, as I said, not low end, not the normal Flight pricing. The standard ones I think are €1079. This one, because of the quilted maple, I assume comes in at €1129. So that is right up there, top table stuff. Putting it against upper end Anui Nuis, putting it against the Rebel, putting it against Koaloas and the K brands. Will it match up to those? That's a big ask, because it's a tough price point up there. It's a lot of money, but I must say the build here is impeccable. I love the finish. This wood is just astoundingly nice to look at. The neck is wonderful. Those very classy high-end fret ends are wonderful. Those tuners are wonderful. All the appointments suggest that it's the right price money. I understand where the money's gone. This is not a factory built instrument, but let's have a play. Now, tone is always a subjective thing, of course, and I knew that maple has a signature of being very crisp. It's a balanced sounding wood, but very crisp, and I have to be subjective when I say that I prefer I prefer my instruments to be woodier and darker sounding. This is not woody and dark sounding. It's crisp. The volume is really good. but it's really, I have to be objective now and say this is a really pretty sounding instrument. So precise. And one thing I'll come on to when I play it, what I talk about quite often in reviews is I'll talk about an instrument that can be a very good ukulele and it sounds like a ukulele, but they don't have a lot of character. This has character in the bucketful, absolute bucketful. In fact, it doesn't really sound like many other ukuleles I've played before. Should we tune up better? Dear me. That was the offending bad boy. That is harmonizing with itself across every single note, and it's creating, it sounds like an 8-string. It sounds like there's more strings than there are. That's remarkable. That's a sign of a very, very interesting, well-made, characterful ukulele. Oh yeah. Very, very full on with that strumming. It's more of a picker's instrument, I will say, because it sounds like a bell. Absolutely wonderful sound. Yeah, I like a moodier and darker, but a lot of people are going to love this. There's so much character going on with that tone. It's got a great voice, and it's only going to get better as the wood opens up over time as well. These looks, let's just have another go over this. I mean, this is just a stunning looking ukulele. I can't get over those ripples and this colouring, this quilting is just magnificent. Yeah, 1129 euros. I understand why it's priced like that, because it is up at the top table. It's certainly a match for the Anui Nui Moonbirds. It's certainly a match if you're looking at getting one of the K brands. And what a really nice way to mark your anniversary. Happy anniversary, Flight. You just keep putting out better and better stuff. This one fits right at the top for you, and I understand why you've done it. And I hope they go really well. They're not going to be available in huge numbers because they're handmade. So get one quick, I guess, if you're in this sort of level market, because this is a remarkably good instrument. Gets a very good score. The anniversary series from Flight. This is the A10 QM Tenor in quilted maple. What a stunner. What an absolute stunner. Right, okay, I am back next week as always. Don't know what it is. I think we're going for a downgrade next week to something that probably costs you about 20 quid. So could not be more stark in the differences between the ukuleles. Hope you have a very good week. The weather's looking nice. Stay safe, everybody. Hope you're getting jabbed and vaccinated and keeping your distance from people. But honestly, go and enjoy yourselves as well. Take care. Be safe. See you very soon. Bye-bye.